Well. This is day 7, 1 full week of the podcast. What a day this is. 1 entire week. So I guess the big question is, how are we feeling? I feel like I'm feeling pretty good. We've got a good lineup for you guys tonight. So let's get right into it. As everybody's known, the Stanley Cup playoffs are going on. And it has been, to say the least, pretty interesting. And when I say interesting, I mean wholeheartedly, it has been interesting. We'll run over some series, and we'll talk about some things happening around the NHL. First things first, I think we should start with some series updates. So yeah, let's talk about it. We'll start in the Western Conference. The Winnipeg Jets, St. Louis Blues tied at 2. They play tonight, as well as the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche will also play tonight. Or actually, they'll play tomorrow, but I believe tonight we got. Let's see who we got on the schedule tonight. On the schedule tonight, Caps and Canadiens currently going on ESPN 0-0. Later on tonight, Panthers, Lightning, Blues, and Jets, game 5s for both of them. Tomorrow, we'll see game 6 between the Leafs and the Sens, the Knights and the Wild, the Stars and the Avalanche, and the Kings and the Oilers. The Carolina Hurricanes clinched the second round berth last night. So we'll go over some series. 2-2 Winnipeg, St. Louis, 3-2 Dallas, Colorado, 3-2 Vegas and Minnesota, and 3-2 Edmonton, LA. In the Eastern Conference, Toronto, Ottawa, the Battle of Ontario is 3-2 in favor of Toronto, but the Ottawa Senators have come back with 2 games. Tampa Bay, Florida, Battle for Florida, 3-1 in favor of Florida. The Panthers, I guess. Washington, Montreal, 3-1 in favor of Washington. And Carolina Hurricanes win their series 4-1 in 5 games, and Carolina move on to the second round. They will face the winner of the Washington-Montreal, so we could either figure that out tonight or find out tomorrow. Or find out on Friday, I believe. So, honestly, we've got some series to watch. We'll get into some games here as I'm looking to games we're going to get into. We've got some games for you guys. First things first, we'll start with Vegas, Minnesota in Game 4. Guys don't know, the Vegas Golden Knights beat the Minnesota Wild last night 3-2. This was a 4-3 final in overtime. Ended by, Ivan Barbashev. This game I watched. It was a pretty, a game of scoring that shouldn't have happened. Shea Theodore leads it off on the power play. Marco Rossi responds a couple minutes later. Foligno, 124 in the second. He would have the only one. That's 2-1 Minnesota. In the third period, Vegas decides they're going to try and take the lead. They tie it with Nick Law on the power play. Hurdle comes back, makes it 3-2. Spurgeon ties it at 3. Before Ivan Barbashev in overtime. His first goal of the playoffs from Waugh and Smith on the backhand rebound. That was a pretty good goal to watch as I was watching it this time. I was kind of impressed. Vegas goes up in the series, down in the series, ties the series, back up in the series, and now they've got, potential 2 games left. We'll see what happens here, whether or not they tie it again and it goes to game 7. But, overall, Vegas played really good last night. They played really good in this game. 46 shots on goal. These teams, they're hitting. Vegas at 34 hits, to 28. But blocking shots, they're managing their giveaways, they're getting takeaways. Limiting the amount of penalty minutes. They were 2 for 5, 40%, 0 for 2 on the power play for Minnesota. We've seen a couple of goalie changes. Gustafsson stayed in game 4, but it turned out to be that Marc-Andre Fleury in last night's game would give up the goal to Brett Howden. So that's that's how that one went. And when we're looking at especially that game, it's Brett Howden has been doing really, really good, and it's really interesting to see. He had a breakout season this year where he was doing his best. 23 or 24 goals this year for Brett Howden. He's been absolutely amazing for Vegas. So it's been a thrill watching Brett. We'll now switch gears to Carolina and New Jersey. Carolina took on New Jersey Devils last night, beat them 5-2 in double overtime, but we're going to talk about game 4. 5-2, Carolina. Carolina pushes to win, puts Devils on the brink of the with game 4 win. Carolina, right there, they're having a game. They're having a good playoff series so far. Right, they eliminate the Devils last night. Svechnikov with a hat trick in game 4. I watched this game. Watching this game a little bit. Svechnikov, 52 seconds in. Slavin puts it in at 9:47, makes it 2-0 Carolina after 1. They come back 42 seconds in on the power play. Guess who? Mr. Andrei Svechnikov gets a tip in front, puts them up 3-0. Hischier comes back, puts it up to 3-1, now with 2-goal lead for Carolina. Carolina then gets their lead shrunk to 2 by Timo Meier, or to 1 by Timo Meier. Brett Burns makes it 4-2, unassisted. A lot of unassisted goals that I'm seeing, especially in this game. And Andrei Svechnikov would ice it, get his hat trick with the empty netter from Blake and Aho. Aho would proceed to the next game. He would end it in overtime, in double overtime, which comes at no surprise to me. I know how Aho can be, and Aho doing Aho things at Aho times is absolutely amazing for Carolina, and they've been a very, very good team overall, coming into the playoffs a couple years back to back. Sadly falling short a couple times, but I think Carolina is going to be in contention this year. They're looking really good overall as a team, and they're going to be definitely some playoff contention for round 3 or even the final at this rate. Depending on who they play next between Washington and Montreal. We'll check in on that Washington-Montreal game. It's in the first period right now, and it's 1-0 Capitals. And it looks like that just might have happened on the power play. Trying to get a goal update for who it is for the Capitals. None other than number 8, Alexander Ovechkin. Oven Chicken just put it into the net. It sounds like that just happened. Maybe hand pass, icing, puck in the net angle. Goalie stop, shot angle. Yes, no, that might have just happened. Oh yeah, Alex Ovechkin from Strome at 10:46. So we're looking at some fun things. So we're looking at some fun things here, and maybe we'll see. Capitals already lead 1-0, so it could be Capitals eliminate Montreal tonight. I know they are in Washington right now, so for Game 5. So that'll be interesting to see. Alex Ovechkin, his 4th of the playoffs from Dylan Strome. So that's definitely pretty interesting. I think NHL's got some pretty good talent here. I want to move into our very, very special segment, the segment that we sadly, the guy that runs that segment isn't here today. As you guys can tell, I'm alone right now. So we're going to move into everybody's favorite segment that we haven't aired in a while because we haven't had an opportunity to air it. But let's go back to everybody's favorite segment, Bitch of the Week. This week is none other than Tom Wilson. If you haven't seen the video of Tom Wilson fighting Alexander in the bench, I recommend you watch it. I don't know how they got away with it. I don't know how they didn't get fined, get suspended. It sounds like maybe they got fined. But I mean, what the hell? There was, a lot of things that could have happened, and there just wasn't. They're fighting in the bench. I want to know how they got into the bench. That's my question. How did they get into the bench enough to fight in the bench? Like, who allowed that? And the refs are sitting there trying to break it up in close quarters. That was very smart by whoever decided that'd be a really, really good idea. Tom Wilson this entire series has been a really, really iffy guy. He's been kind of a little bit of a prick, which is to be expected. It's Tom Wilson. I mean, what else do we expect? Especially from Tom Wilson. It's everybody knows Tom Wilson is a repeat offender who doesn't have control over himself sometimes, and that's why I laugh at it. This playoffs, he's got 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points. He's +2. Career playoffs, 16 goals, 21 assists, 37 points. He's a -1 in the playoffs. This season, 33 goals, 32 assists, 65 points. He's a +20. That's surprising. I mean, for somebody who's played 835 games and hasn't even broken 200 goals yet. 395 points in his career. He's a +32. But let's talk his penalty minutes. I mean, let's see. This year he had 100 penalty minutes. Is that correct? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, 100 penalty minutes, I think. Let's see. 100 penalty minutes. His most penalty minutes of all time. 187 in 2018 in the 2017-2018 season. I mean, it's astonishing. Almost every year since 2017 to 2018, or let's see, there's been a couple years that he didn't. 2020 to 21, 2019 to 20, 2022 and 23, he didn't have. He was close to 100, but the rest of the time, I mean, he's got over 100 penalty minutes. Most of those probably fighting, tripping, slashing, whatever, game misconducts. He's it's astonishing. I mean, let's see. Penalty minutes in the last 4 games for him? 12 penalty minutes on April 25th. 12. And he had an assist. Or no, he didn't do anything that game. He was a 0. He was a +2 2 days ago, or on the 27th. But he had 12 penalty minutes versus Montreal. 12. He averaged 14 minutes and 41 seconds. He had 14 minutes and 41 seconds time on ice. He is an astonishing player for the amount of physicalness he has. And right, sometimes the game of hockey is a physical game, but Tom Wilson takes it to the next level. Current score update on that, it is now 2-0. It is now 2-0 Caps. Jacob Chychrun from Dubois. And speaking of our bitch of the week, Tom Wilson. Obviously, Alexander Ovechkin had his goal on the power play. Makes sense. It's Alex Ovechkin, and it was right off the draw. But Jacob Chychrun just scored at 11:15. I don't think I'm genuinely surprised by that. So Caps lead 2-0. Chychrun gets his second from Dubois and Wilson. Wow. Apparently Wilson can do something other than fight. So that's honestly crazy. We'll switch gears to other sports. Let's talk about the NFL draft. The NFL draft just happened. Obviously, first overall pick, Cam Ward. That was definitely something there with Cam Ward getting picked first. Travis Hunter at 2 overall went to the Jaguars. I think everybody's kind of looking for him to get there. There's, a bunch of people that got picked. Packers picked Matt Golden. I was really not watching the draft only because I didn't really know what to think. I didn't have my time to study the draft. As I continue to go look through here, we're looking at, offensive tackles and stuff like that getting drafted for Green Bay. I'm a Green Bay fan. So, I'll look, if any of my people were here, I'd probably, have them, but, Devon Williams at 87 for Green Bay. There was a lot of trades I saw. I was down for round 5 of the draft, and there was a trade. Packers got Bryn Sorrell. I think the only thing I really watched of the draft was the funny moments from Clay Matthews. I thought that was funny. Maybe a little over the edge, but funny nonetheless. For Clay Matthews and to hear that he is going to be potentially coaching in Green Bay. Looking here, Packer, Warren Brinson, D-line from Georgia. For the Bulldogs. Wow. As I'm looking through your Packer, Micah Robinson, Green Wave, cornerback, we got a lot of things that are going to help our offense and are definitely going to help our defense. There was a lot of people picked. I really didn't have time to study the draft too well. If I did, I probably would have more to say on it. I really don't have much to say. But I know for a fact that the draft went well for some teams. Some teams, we're going to have to check and see. So I guess that's what we're in for today. We full week, and see you guys next week. Enjoy.